Hey traders, Raghee here. And in this update, we're going to talk about some currencies. Last week we talked about metals, and this week I'm seeing a lot of clarity in some opportunities in currencies. Now, the primary goal of my currency trading right now is to look at the US dollar and find ways to short it against stronger currencies. So this is mostly a dollar short approach. And this is actually getting pretty close to a nice Darvis low and even the 34 EMA wave on the Canadian dollar or the 6C contract. So that's the area we're talking about right in there. Now, the Canadian dollar is not the only place I'm looking for opportunity. We're also looking at the euro. Now, for the euro, because it's not quite as strong and it's much more negatively or inversely correlated to the dollar, I'm going to be a little bit more honed in on the 34 EMA on the close, the middle line of the wave, down to the 55 exponential for my zone. So that means I'm really looking for something right in here. Kind of makes it look like the Death Star, doesn't it? So that's what we're focused on in terms of the zone for the buy. And I guess you can kind of say a bounce from there is sort of another Death Star move for the dollar, because as the euro goes higher, the US dollar goes lower. Finally, the third currency that I like a lot, and this would be along the wave, the British pound is much more volatile. So I'm not going to presume that it's always going to get down to the lower end of the wave. And I'm not going to be against buying the high, the 34 EMA on the high, the close or the low. Let's just realize that the pound is more volatile and that it's the entire zone in here that's open for a buy. So I'll start at the high, I'll scale in some more at the close, and I'll continue to scale in at the low. And you've seen previous pullbacks like the one we had in early May give us exactly that opportunity. So I'll be looking at that there. But this Darvis level, let me show you here. This Darvis level, cutting right across here, is a nice level. So if you want a singular level to engage the pound at, it will be a pullback to that low right in there. And that's what I've got brewing in currencies. Really excited about that. And by the way, remember that these currencies, especially the Canadian dollar, are really great currencies to keep an eye on even when you're day trading, okay? I think day trading sometimes gets pigeonholed into S&P and NASDAQ, Russell and Dow sometimes, but S&P, NASDAQ get an outsized amount of attention. And then, if you really want to open up your day trading, you're talking Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, Japanese yen, crude oil, RBOB gasoline, copper, gold. There's a lot more you can add to your day trading where we're focused on individual contracts that are going to be volatile with equities and be sensitive to the clearing range type psychology that equities bring. So yes, copper is going to be sensitive to equities. Crude oil is going to be sensitive to equities, right? Canadian dollar is going to be sensitive to equities. So we can widen what we're able to day trade. And that doesn't even include getting into relative outperforming ETFs and individual stocks, which we talked about today too, like Cisco. So by the way, if that kind of day trading is really appealing and you're thinking, yeah, I do want to be able to day trade like that, we're going to have a webinar next Wednesday, the 16th, 8 p.m. And so get that on your calendar, or at least when we get the registration link out, you can get the replay to watch at your leisure. But in the meanwhile, yeah, if you want to attend live, this is going to be on Wednesday, June 16th. In other words, next Wednesday, we'll be talking about some of these intraday type setups. I'll see you in the next update.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me